Hi, everyone. It's Linda from LindaZ's in Arlington Heights, Illinois. And today I promised you from some of my other videos that I would show you how to insert elastic and cording. If you want to go around a hoodie or you want to put elastic into a waistband, I would show you how to do that with this wonderful little tool. It's called an Easy Pull Bodkin. I just love it. I think it's one of my favorite tools. And I've already done the cording. You can see this is going to be a little tie that could, like I said, could go around for a hoodie, or it could go into the waistband of a pair of pajamas, or it could go into a pair of shorts, whatever you'd want to do. And then I have the elastic, and this elastic is the best elastic that you could ever get because it's non-roll. It's not the real heavy, thick non-roll that's real stiff. This is meant for knits, and we do carry it in our store. We'll put a little link on it so you can see what it is, but there really is a difference between elastic, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. They think, oh, well, once I get the right size of the elastic, then I've got the proper one, and that's not all there is to it. Of course, the size is important, and this, if you can see on my mat here, is about 1 inch. And that's what I like to put into a knit fabric. You can also put it into a pair of pajamas on a woven fabric. That works very well too. But this in particular is designed for knits so that it won't roll. I brought a pair of, actually these were quite expensive. They were given to me as a gift, so I looked them up to see what it was. And it's not the way that I would make my waistband, because you see what's happened here? I don't know if we can get this real close. See how it's rolled? It's it's rolled up. The elastic curled up, and this won't do this because it's not designed to do that. But if it did, and it would twist and roll like that. That's what it looks like in here. This is not going to happen to the ones that I'm going to insert. But these are a little more uncomfortable. There is a tie on these, and those are nice. But the elastic itself is really not what I would want you to do. If you're going to make a pair of pants or shorts or pajamas or a hoodie that you're going to put a strap in, I definitely would want you to use the right product. And this non-roll knit elastic, that's really a key thing. We'll put a picture there so you'll understand exactly what it is what you would want. Now, you also can see that I've got a little sample here. I was going to actually sew this for you, but I don't think I need to do that. This is how you close it up. I'm going to take this little bobbin. It's actually called a bobbin with a little hook on the end of it. And see how nice that is? See, there's a little clip right there. It's got little claws on it. It's not going to destroy the elastic at all. I'm going to put it in there, and then I'm going to bring this clamp all the way down so it's nice and tight. See how it's holding it real tight? And that's what you want to do on both your elastic and your drawstrings, whether it would be for a pajama pant or whether it would be for a hoodie. Now I'm going to show you how to insert this into a waistband of, like I said, it could be a pair of pajamas. I usually try to leave an opening. You can see I folded this over about 1 3/8 inches. I left a little bit of room so that I could do the cover hem on this, and then I leave this opening at the back. I don't leave it in the front, because in the front I've got 2 buttonholes here that I believe I opened up. Yes, I did, because that's going to be where I'm going to put this drawstring, and I'm going to use the same tool for that too. So now once the waistband is already sewn, all I'm going to do is insert this little tool into that opening that I left, and I'm just going to go all the way around here. It's just so easy to do. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to have good elastic with a good tool. It will, I feel very strongly, you've probably heard me say this before, when you're making something and you're spending your time sewing a project for yourself or someone else, you want to be able to have a quality, first of all, quality tools so that you do have a really good project when you're finished. You want to make, instead of a $20 piece or $10 something that you could buy at Walmart or Target or whatever. You want to go to the Neiman Marcus level. And you can do that very easily and still be on a budget. And that's what these good knits that I'm using, these are called Stoff knits, and they're just wonderful. See how this is bunching up a little, and all I'm doing is pulling it through. See that elastic coming through? And then I go around the front now, and I'm going to continue on going around till I come to the end. And before I insert this elastic, I have pressed the band. I want to make sure that it's nice and pressed, because you don't want to have to press it afterwards, since of course there's going to be elastic in it. And once this is done, you will not have to press. If you use a really good knit, as I have here, like I said, these Stoff knits are from the Netherlands. They're absolutely beautiful knits. I know some of you have worked with them and know how good they are. Now I'm coming to the back, so I'm going to poke it out here. So if you're working with a knit like that, you will not have to press it once you wash it. You'll throw it in the machine, and then you'll wash it and then you'll dry it in the dryer, and you pull it out before it's, you don't want to leave it in there too long, and then just fold it, and you won't have to ever do any pressing. So do you see how that piece is coming out now? And then I'll readjust these gathers so that they're even all the way around, like this band. I've already put the elastic into this one, and I've actually inserted it, and then I closed up the seam once the elastic was inserted. But there's another step that you have to do before you actually close up that seam, and that, of course, is to take these two pieces and to sew them together. So you want to get a nice amount of elastic out like this. You're going to bring it over to your machine, and let me do it on a piece that I've got here. I just cut two pieces. And you're going to overlap it about an inch, not quite, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And you're going to sew, and I'm sure you've probably seen this before. It's just a straight stitch. That's all you need. From this corner to this corner to here, and then go around the outside. And that way you will have this elastic secured. It'll be closed up. You can envision that I've got this sewn, again, from one angle to the next angle, and then all the way around the outside. Then once that is sewn, this is put together. Make sure you don't twist your elastic when you put that together, because if you do that, then you'll have a twist already, and you don't want to end up with this kind of a look. You want a really, really good one. And then you'll readjust your gathers. I try to leave it as flat as I can get it right here at the opening, and then I bring that through. I'm not bringing it all the way through because I want to sew this first. But once I do that, I leave it a little flat, and then I take a couple of pins and I go back and I sew that opening closed so it looks real nice and fresh, just like this one. I want to show you how to put tubing in. It's the exact same thing. This particular piece, I'll just pull it on. I'm going to take a flat one here. And you can see I'm going to put this little tube again right down here. And then I take this tool. I don't know what I'd do without this tool. There's safety pins. There's, I know we have other notions that can do this, but this has really been the most wonderful one of all. And now you go to the front where the buttonholes are. You want to put the buttonholes always in the front of your pants. And you can see I'm going to go in this way. And because this is metal and it's real easy to pull through, that's why I have two buttonholes that I put here. And the two buttonholes I've actually done in another video for you so that you can see how easy it is to put them together. Now see how I'm just bringing it through. One of the things I would encourage you to do when you pull this through, because you're going to start getting into a lot of them, the last tie, I'm going to make a little knot. You see how I'm doing this? This one was already closed up, and the other one was closed up with a machine also. And now look, I'm going to continue on going on top of the elastic, and I'm just going to pull it through. I'm going to keep going, go all the way around. And I'm going to do the same thing on this green pair too. And you can see how it's coming through very nice. And I'm just pulling this on. I can hold it with that metal piece, And then I'm gonna pull this through and go around to the rest of the buttonhole. And see, the gathers are gonna stay nice and gathered. You could also, another thing you could do on the elastic if you wanted to, you could, once you get all the gathers really, you know, even around the waistband, you could take and sew through at the back of the waistband a straight stitch up and down to hold the elastic in place. I don't usually do this because this fabric is so good that what happens is the elastic will probably wear out way before the fabric will ever wear out. And they are so comfortable that I've given these to so many people. I've made them for grandkids, and they love these so much that they wear them all the time. So again, I've had to replace elastic in pajamas that I've made 10 years ago for people because they love them so much. You know, it's like your favorite pair of pants or your favorite shirt. Once you get one that you really like, you don't want to let go of it, right? So I've just replaced the elastic, and that way I know that the shirt or the pants is definitely going to still be in good shape. Now, do you see how this bodkin is coming out through the other buttonhole? I do 2 buttonholes, one on either side of the front seam. And that way I can pull this. You can see it's coming out now. And this is the other end. And you saw how much I'm tugging on this. And again, that didn't come off this at all. I still am not going to take it out, though, until I bring that tie up. See, I still have a long ways to go here. So I want to pull this tie so that they're both about equal. Let's take it, and I don't take it off until I've got it all completely done. So I want this to go a lot longer, even longer. Okay. And I've done on another video, I've shown how to put this tubing together. I've actually used this wonderful tube turners. I use the 3/8 inch quite often when I'm doing a tie for a hoodie or for a pair of pajamas, and that's this one. If you want to see how to do that, look up my video that says tube turning. I think that's what it's called. And it'll show you again. Because, you know, if you don't do this a lot all the time, sometimes you go, well, how do I do this? What do I put through? And this way you'll have it right there as a reminder for you. So you can see now that the 2 little ties, you see how they're down there. I'm going to take this other one. I'm going to take the bodkin off. See how easy that was? I just move it down the metal piece, and then I'm going to turn this because you don't want this to slip through the buttonhole. I don't think it would, but you make a nice flat knot so that it's comfortable when you're wearing it, and then just readjust your seams too. I guess this one I'd want to do a little bit longer. I want to bring a little bit more out. And you can just pull them through the way that you want. I'm going to do the same thing now on this one. I'm going to take this blue one, bluish green, and again, I clamp it. I bring that clamp all the way down so it holds it real tight so I can pull this very, very strong. And once the elastic is sewn, I want to sew it together, of course, and then I want to seam up the back seam. Then I'll do the same thing on these 2 buttonholes. I will go ahead, the buttonhole's already been opened, and I'll slide this all the way through, and I'll have the same kind of a drawstring that I have on this pair. Just a simple little technique, but having the right tools will just help you so much. So they're not expensive. It's really a good thing to have, a couple bucks, and again, it's just a great way to be able to do something real quick. A lot of times I've heard people tell me, well, I couldn't do a hoodie. and because they're not sure how to put the tubing through, and I go, it's one of the simplest things that there is to do. So step outside your box a little. We talked about that, outside the coloring lines, and try one of these ideas. I think you'll really enjoy them. If you want more technique, and when we go into more in depth on things, sign up for our clubs. They are just phenomenal. I have so many wonderful teachers that are really doing so many great things. We have 3 lessons a month, and you have it for a whole year. And those 3 lessons are taught by wonderful educators that will teach you serging, quilting, sewing, embroidery, some really, really wonderful things. We'll put a link down there so you can see what the clubs are too. Again, thanks so much for joining us, guys. I just love working with all of you. I get so many wonderful comments, and if there's something new you'd like to see, let me know. Until then, we'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone.